most of our youngsters out there, this is why they quick to pull the trigger, quick to kill somebody that looks like them, because they acting like broads. I don't want to be denigrating. They're acting like females, and females, we need them to be who they are. We need that emotionalism from a female. That's who she is. That's the beauty of who she is. But you as a male, it is unacceptable that you respond or you react out of your emotionalism. And so in our country, in our communities, we have a tremendous amount of males that are female acting and will never, ever enter into the office of manhood until a man teaches them. So this is what I try to do. I try to teach them because I live it by example.
So what are some of your current projects you're working on right now?
Well, like I said, right now, I'm dedicated right now to fighting the system.
Mm-hmm.
That's my current project. But I do life coach, but I can't do it as much as I did before because my dedication right now is to fighting the system, which is the greatest monster. But as I'm fighting the system, there will be times that there will be platforms created that I can then continue to teach our young men, and I will. But it is a major issue in our communities. A major. See, and these preachers out here ain't teaching them, well, I ain't going to say all of them, but a lot of them ain't. You know why? Because they ain't even men themselves.
I'm saying, I don't know. This kind of risque, but what do you feel about, now it's kind of like they taking the gender away. Like, how you got like Bruce Jenner and all them people like that. So now it's like, it's all that stuff, but then you can't even speak on it because you in the wrong.
Well, that's a perception, Once you don't live your life by what people think about you. You live your life by principle.
Mm-hmm.
And so, which is another qualification of manhood, right? It's a principled discussion. Just because let me explain it like this. Today, crack cocaine is illegal, and cocaine is illegal, right? And there's a lot of these drugs that are illegal. But did you know that also alcohol was illegal at one time? Did you know that the alcohol trade was just as violent as the drug trade right now?
Yeah.
That they were drive-by shootings, that there were bombings and killings and people being put in prison for life and so many police strategic forces going out to try to quell it and stop it. Same thing that's going on today. This has happened before. Well, because they believe that it was wrong. Who? The American government, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just like they believe that drugs are wrong, right? So when the American government decided it wasn't wrong anymore, they legalized it. Oh, now it's okay. So you cannot live your life based upon what the government has dictated what right and wrong is. Because there was a time that slavery was right. There was a time that you were wrong if you wanted to run. The idea of right or wrong because of their past, right? So when you ask me this question, I'm just saying that just because they said that what Catherine Jenner, whatever this guy's name is, whatever, is right, don't necessarily mean that it's right for me because I live a principled life. So based upon principles of my ideology or my spiritual beliefs, I could then take a stand and say, to me, it is not the ideal situation or the right situation, or it's wrong, right? Somebody asked me one time when I was speaking, do you think that homosexuals don't love God? Would you say homosexuals don't love God? Or gay people don't love God? I said I would never make a statement like that. I would never in my life say that a homosexual or a gay person don't love God. I would never say that. I would never say a prostitute don't love God. I would never say a pimp, a drug dealer. I would never say any of these people do not love God. But what I will say is that they might not love him the way he requires to be loved. Because I don't believe that the relationship is predicated upon how you want to love him. I think that the relationship is predicated on how he wants to be loved. Because if the relationship is only predicated upon how you want to love God, you will never have to change. You can still continue to be whatever you want to be. But if the relationship is predicated on how he wants to be loved, then some change has to happen in your life.
And how does he want to be loved?
Well, that's something that you have to go and discover from what you believe. You know? So as an Israelite, as a Hebrew Israelite, there are certain things that I believe. And I don't go try to twist nobody's arm to believe that. But that's what I stand upon. And I'm comfortable with. You know? Right. And that's just what it is.
All right. And what are some of your favorite books?
One of my favorite books is Sid Harther by Herman Hesse. I love that book. It's an awesome book. It's a small book, but it's a real powerful book. I also love James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. I love Og Mandino, the greatest salesman in the world. I love great thinkers. I love great minds. I love Norman Vincent Peale. My ultimate favorite book is by the black man Alexander Dumas, The Count of Monte Cristo. I love that book.
All right.
I love that book.
And 5 years from now, we're going to do a follow-up interview. So 5 years from now, what are we going to be talking about?
I don't know what we're going to be talking about in 5 years from now. I'm not going to be doing no talking in 5 years. I'm going to be doing some doing.
All right.
So if in 5 years from now, you're going to be talking about what I've been doing.
All right. Cool. I can dig it. All right. And then I look at this show, this podcast as a time capsule. So I'm hoping 200 years from now, somebody finds this and listen to it. So 200 years from now, somebody finds this, what would you want them to know about you?
Well, 200 years from now, if somebody's finding this, I think I've said enough for them to understand who I am and what I believe. You know, I come from the streets. I have a redemptive story. Been married 18 years. I have a son that graduated from Yale last year. A daughter that goes to UCLA right now. A son that lives with me right now. 2 daughters who are married, one to a military guy. You know, there's life after the streets. There's nothing human. There's no human tragedy that there's not a spiritual resolution for. You know, and I represent that in my life. And that's who I am.
And I always ask all the guests this, if you had to pick one, money, fame, or love, which one would you pick?
If I had to pick one?
Yeah, money, fame, or love.
Money, fame, and love? Oh, that's easy. The scriptures declares that God is love. I choose God. God is love, so that's love.
That's what's up.
Let's just say if you had one to choose, let's not even say that. What have you chosen? Which should be your question. I've chosen God, love.
That's what's up. All right, and then we've been hitting this all interview, but I always ask this question. So, any advice you want to give to the listeners? Like, just any advice?
Well, you know, just stay up on some of the things that I'm doing. The advice I'm really trying to get to our listeners, our people, is that we must become an informed people. Right now, we are people who are entertained. You know, it's an optical delusion. It's deflecting. You know, as long as they can keep your attention being entertained, and we are overly sexualized people, you know, because there's no leadership and there's no structure and there's no discipline. So the voice of the leader has to rise again, and it has to be a transparent leader. So we have to get ourselves together. This is important. As we are fighting exterior enemies, we need to fight those interior enemies as well. We have to get that done. And, you know, I guess that's all I can say. I love everybody, and I'm fighting for you, and I'm here for the duration, and they'll hear more of it.
Yeah, the next question, I was going to say, what do you want to say to your supporters and your fans? What you want to tell them? You kind of just said it.
Yeah.
All right. I want to say thank you for coming through Politickin with me, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, loved one.
All right. And you said, like, you on the Facebook, the Gram, Twitter, all that?
Facebook, Andre, I believe it's Andre Taylor under Facebook, or Andre L. Taylor, one of those. But I do most of my stuff through my Facebook and my website. I have a Twitter at Real Gorgeous Dre, and I have a Instagram at Real Gorgeous Dre. But I do a lot of the writing and stuff on the Facebook. So basically, go check it out. I can't accept any more friends that people can follow. So, like I said, just go to those sources. OperationAndreTaylor.org or GorgeousDre.com. It's the same one. And also NotThisTime.global. So we got a lot. I'll be in their city because I'm going to be pushing this agenda. So I love you guys. Appreciate, you having me on. And, and we'll talk soon.
Since 2008, there has been one website, www.popolitickin.com. On top of the music business, behind the scenes, and on the front line. Chris Porter, a.k.a. Po Politickin. Mr. Porter has worked with everybody. Universal Motown Records, Young Money, Rockefeller Records, and more. Po Politickin is a conscious brand that aligns with artists, businesses, and brands to get more exposure. What are you waiting for? It's time to open your mind to the other side of the music business. Log on to www.popolitickin.com. That's www.popolitickin.com. Call 760-717-5803 for your interview. That number again is 760-717-5803.